Hey, so I spent a long time trying to fix my wavy hair, but I was focusing on the wrong thing. And if I was starting wavy hair care again today, no products, no routines, just a blank slate, knowing what I know now, this is exactly how I would approach it. I made a lot of mistakes when I first started caring for my waves. I followed strict rules, I copied routines that weren't right for me, and honestly, I spent a lot of time and money trying to fix the wrong problems. So in this video, I want to share with you the 5 key steps that I would follow if I was starting wavy hair care from scratch today. By the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to simplify wavy hair care, avoid wasting money on products that you and your hair don't need, and build a routine that is going to work for your hair and also your lifestyle. Step number 1, define the real problem. First thing I would do is work out what the actual problem is with my hair. For example, is your hair thinning or breaking? Do you have an itchy, dry or tight, uncomfortable scalp? Or perhaps your hair feels really oily, limp and lifeless. It might even be that after having children or perimenopause or menopause, for some reason your hair texture has suddenly changed and you don't know how to care for wavy hair. A really practical way to do this is on a typical wash day, not, a great one and not a terrible one. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what bothers me most about my hair? If you're listing loads of things, that's a sign that you're probably going to try and fix too many things at once. So pick one issue, and it should be the one that if you were to make some improvements in it, you would see the biggest difference in your hair. For a long time, I thought that frizz was my main issue. So I focused a lot of time and energy trying to fix frizz. What I eventually realised is that frizz is just the symptom and not the cause. The real problem was damage, and once I started to address that, I actually saw big improvements in my hair. If I'd understood that sooner, I would have saved myself a lot of time, money and frustration. And that's why I think this step matters so much. Because when you fix the cause rather than the symptom, your results will come much faster. Step number 2 is decide what your ideal hair looks and feels like. Wavy hair's superpower is how versatile it is. And okay, you may not feel that way right now, but trust me, it is. You are not locked in to one look. However, when you go online, you see the same routine over and over, that natural enhancement of waves using product stacking. And that is beautiful, but it is not the only way to style wavy hair. This is a stage where getting visual really helps. So head off to Pinterest, Instagram, Google Images, look at lots of different images of hair and just see what you're drawn to. Not necessarily because they're trending, but because you could realistically achieve it and genuinely be happy if your hair looked like that on a day-to-day basis. The important thing is try and keep this realistic. If you have a bob right now, it's probably not helpful to save photos of waist-length hair. You want something that's achievable on a day-to-day basis right now. Also, try and make sure that you're mirroring hair textures. Honestly, I'm really bad at that. My Pinterest board is full of thick, coarse hair that I am never going to be able to achieve. Once you have that clarity, it is then much easier to filter out all the noise and advice, different routines. You can really hone down on what you need to achieve the look that you're going for on a regular basis. And when we get to step 4, we'll talk more about how you're going to start achieving that look. Step number 3 is understand your wavy hair texture. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't need wavy hair to become your specialist subject for Mastermind, but just having a little bit of information can be so helpful to understand why wavy hair behaves the way it does. A real turning point for me was understanding that because of the natural S-bend in our hair, we tend to have more lifted cuticles, they're not as aligned as someone with straight hair, and therefore, although we can take on moisture, we're not quite as efficient at retaining it. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the case for every single person with wavy hair, but mine is high porosity, it's fine, it's on the dry side, and so that definitely rings true for me. So just learning a little bit about how your wavy hair behaves can really help you adjust routines and work out if a product is suitable for you or not. It's not about getting super technical, it's just about feeling empowered to make better choices and avoid some expensive trial and error. Number 4, get your default look down. Once you know how you want your hair to look and feel on a day-to-day basis, you want to find a routine that you can follow to achieve that look. Your default look should work with the time that you have available, the tools that you perhaps already own, and also how much effort you want to put in to styling your wavy hair. This does not need to be your best hair day. It needs to be your most reliable hair day. So think practical and predictable. Perhaps not the sexiest characteristics, but they do make everyday life a little bit easier. To find that routine, you've got loads of options. I mean, first, to be honest, I'd be tempted just to go to AI. I would use my inspiration photo, explain a little bit about the characteristics of my hair, even the budget that I had available to spend on products, and get them to design a whole routine for you. Simple. You could, of course, obviously use YouTube as a resource. I have loads of different routines, as do so many creators on the platform. The only thing I will say is you want to try and find a routine from someone who has as similar hair texture to you as possible. That way you'll need to adapt it a lot less, which we're going to come back to in a second. And then finally, I think an untapped resource is your hairdresser. I definitely know that my hairdresser is so experienced and has a wealth of knowledge that if I wanted to achieve a certain look, I could take the photo to her and ask her, how do I do this? Once you have a routine that is going to give you the look that you defined in step 2, you now want to bring it back to step 1 and your original hair concern. What I mean is your routine needs to support your main hair concern. So for example, if damage repair is your main goal, a routine that relies really heavily on heat styling is probably not the best option for you, even if the results look beautiful. Or perhaps if you do find a heatless routine that gives you the look that you want, you might just need to add a bond repair product into the lineup if it doesn't already exist, so that you are supporting your hair concerns. It's not about completely changing the routine, it's just making some small intentional adjustments to support your hair journey. Once you have that default look down, it really builds so much confidence. You stop overthinking, you stop feeling like you failed at wavy hair, and also then you can feel confident enough to start experimenting with different looks. Finally, step number 5 is use your hair as feedback. If something works for your hair, that is so much more important than if it fits into a set of rules or a method. The biggest mistake I made was blindly following strict rules and ignoring the feedback that my hair and scalp were giving me. For example, for months I followed the wash your hair once a week rule, even though my scalp was itchy and sore. That was feedback from my hair and scalp that I just completely ignored. Instead, I should have listened and thought, yeah, Tors, something is not right here. I think methods and advice can be great starting points. It's just really important to make sure that you're listening to your hair and body and make adjustments where necessary. And if something isn't working, that does not mean that you failed at wavy hair. It just means that it doesn't work for your wavy hair. If you found this helpful, here's another video that I think you might enjoy. Thank you as always for watching. Have a lovely day. Take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.